Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers Minkah Fitzpatrick questions officiating after Colts loss. The Pittsburgh Steelers pulled within one score of the Indianapolis Colts on 3 different occasions during the second half of Week 4. But after the first 2 times, the Colts responded with a score to extend their lead again. A personal foul penalty from Steelers safety Minkah Fitzpatrick helped the first Colts response. After the 27-24 loss to Indianapolis, Fitzpatrick lamented that call, as he suggested that he was the victim of the league's effort to take hitting out of the game. "I thought we were playing football," Fitzpatrick told reporters, via the Pittsburgh Tribune Review's Chris Adamski. "I don't know what we're playing at this point. Very different game than what I grew up playing and what I grew up loving. Can't hit nobody hard. Can't be violent. So, I don't know what to say." Minkah Fitzpatrick on his personal foul penalty. "I thought we were playing football. This is not the game I grew up playing. You can't hit anybody." The personal foul came on a Joe Flaco incompletion on 2nd and 10 from the Colts' 42-yard line. Instead of 3rd and 10, the Colts received a first down at the Steelers' 43. 6 plays later, the Colts scored their only touchdown of the second half. The Colts needed just 3 minutes and 10 seconds to respond to Pittsburgh's first touchdown of Week 4. But 15 of Indianapolis' 70 yards on the drive came on the questionable personal foul call. Fitzpatrick delivered a hit on Colts receiver Adonai Mitchell, who was Flaco's intended target on the play. The ball had already hit the ground several yards in front of Mitchell when Fitzpatrick made contact with the Colts receiver. However, it was obvious on the replay that Fitzpatrick was slowing down upon initial contact. He didn't deliver a big hit like he could have and didn't make contact with Mitchell's helmet. Both CBS analyst Adam Archuleta and CBS rules expert Gene Steratore disagreed with the penalty. Sporting events don't come down to one play. The Steelers had 3 third-down opportunities on the drive where officials called Fitzpatrick for the 15-yard penalty to stop the Colts' offense. All 3 third-down plays were 7 yards or longer. Flaco completed the first 2 attempts to extend the drive. His last third-down throw of the drive resulted in a touchdown. So, had Fitzpatrick not been called for the personal foul, it's not at all a guarantee that the Steelers would have forced a punt after 3rd and 1. While the call against Fitzpatrick was questionable, the Colts took advantage of the opportunity. In a similar scenario during the first half, the Steelers' offense didn't. The Colts sacked Justin Fields on Pittsburgh's first third-down try of the game. But officials called defensive end Isaiah Land, who sacked Fields, for a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty. Land apparently didn't do enough to avoid falling on Fields while he sacked him. Similar to Fitzpatrick's criticism, media members on X criticized the officials for the soft penalty against Land. What is Isaiah Land supposed to do differently here? Lay a pillow under Fields? What happened to the game I love? The news item Mark Mokoski asked on X. The roughing the passer penalty gave the Steelers a first down. But they eventually punted at the Colts' 41-yard line. Another 5 or 10 yards on that drive, Chris Boswell may have had an opportunity for a field goal. Instead, the Steelers lost by 3. Steelers' Deshaun Elliott gets candid on team's practice habits after Colts loss. Pundits identified the Week 4 matchup with the Indianapolis Colts as a possible trap game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers did little to suggest that it wasn't. A week after they won a showdown with one of the elite defenses in the league, the Steelers gave up 2 touchdowns on Indianapolis' first 2 drives. 18 minutes into the game, the Colts had 17 points. The Steelers allowed just 26 points in their first 3 games combined. The Pittsburgh offense wasn't crisp either. Although the Steelers rallied to score 3 second-half touchdowns, they also had 2 turnovers and a botched snap that helped ruin the team's 2-minute offense. While speaking to reporters after the game, though, veteran safety Deshaun Elliott presented an easy solution to fix the team's Week 4 mistakes: practice better. Steelers safety Deshaun Elliott says they need to work a little harder at practice, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Brian Batko wrote on X after the Colts' loss. Not because they were feeling themselves at 3-0 or anything, but he just didn't think they had a great week as far as attention to detail. During Week 4, the Steelers allowed the Colts to convert 8 of 15 third-down opportunities and gave up 4 sacks. The Steelers also committed 6 penalties for 53 yards. Pittsburgh's late botched snap isn't in Week 4 box score. But the play epitomized how the Steelers failed to take care of the little details against the Colts. The Steelers faced 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line with 1:43 remaining in the fourth quarter, trailing by 3. They had orchestrated touchdown drives of less than 3 minutes and 30 seconds on each of their previous 3 possessions. Furthermore, Chris Boswell had already made a 50-yard field goal in the game. So, the Steelers appeared to be in prime position to at least kick a field to tie the score, if not win the game. But on 1st and 10, quarterback Justin Fields and center Zach Frazier had a miscommunication with the snap. Fields wasn't expecting the ball when Frazier snapped it. Fortunately, Fields landed on the ball, but for a 12-yard loss. 2 plays later, Najee Harris gained 11 yards on a short reception. But he failed to run out of bounds, which caused the clock to continue to run. As a result, the Steelers faced 4th and 11 with a running clock. Mike Tomlin elected to save his final timeout. Fields rushed the Steelers to the line of scrimmage to call the play. His throw fell incomplete. NFL players shouldn't have trouble executing basic football basics such as snaps and running out of bounds in the 2-minute drill. No matter who is to blame, what's obvious is the Steelers' snap issues must stop, Steelers Depot's Alex Kozora wrote. 3rd time this year, once in preseason, twice in regular season, Fields hasn't expected snap. In addition to the long line of other snap problems. Joe Flaco relieves injured Anthony Richardson and helps Colts hold off Steelers 27-24. When the Indianapolis Colts needed Joe Flaco to relieve the injured Anthony Richardson, the 17-year veteran kept it simple. The 39-year-old Flaco threw 2 touchdown passes, and the Colts got the stop they needed in the final minute to preserve a 27-24 victory over the previously unbeaten Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. You just see the guy and hit him. That's all you do, Flaco said after going 16 of 26 for 168 yards. Some guys like to think about every little thing, and that's how they play best. But I think my personality lends itself to this kind of situation. Just don't overthink it. The one-time Super Bowl MVP and a longtime Steelers nemesis during his 11 seasons with Baltimore proved he could still play at a high level last season when he helped the Cleveland Browns reach the playoffs. Indy signed Flaco as a free agent to back up the injury-prone Richardson. Richardson left twice in a span of 4 plays, initially taking a big hit on his right hip and later after a hard hit to the head, both on designed runs. He went straight to the locker room the second time and was ruled out by the time he returned to the sideline. Coach Shane Steichen had no immediate update on Richardson or running back Jonathan Taylor, who hurt an ankle in the final minutes. Flaco continued to build on the momentum from Richardson's fast start, and the Colts, 2-2, won their second straight overall and second in a row against the Steelers, 3-1, who fought back from a 17-0 first-half deficit. Flaco hooked up with Michael Pittman Jr. 6 times for 113 yards. He connected with Josh Downs for a 2-yard scoring pass and Drew Ogletree on a 15-yard TD strike to keep Indy ahead. Taylor ran 21 times for 88 yards and scored on Indy's first series. He's been out there, a veteran presence, Colts coach Shane Steichen said of Flaco. Obviously, he's played a lot of football, went in there and operated pretty darn good. The Steelers' top-ranked defense allowed a season high in points as Pittsburgh's 6-game regular season winning streak ended. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Joe Flaco? Leave your opinion in the comments.